Good morning from the office. I feel like singing it. You remember when Bugs Bunny used to come out and sing "On with the Show," right? Remember that? Oh, come on, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show, the voice of rural America. It's one of those where do you start days. Now, I love this show. I absolutely do. I cannot wait to get here in the morning to do this show. But this is one of those days I was struggling, not knowing exactly how I was going to present to you this morning or how I was going to say it. Is there a different way I could possibly say? There's only so many ways you could say this. I know, spit it out. I guess I'll just have to go directly with, once again, I was right.
Oh, dear Lord.
Sorry, I just think we ought to get, I was right. I have been right pretty much 99.9% of the time where Donald Trump's concerned since the day he came down the escalator. I know that bothers some of you, but I can't help it. I just did not know. Now, a loyalty oath. This is rocking the nation. The interesting thing is the guy's from Manhattan, so he's sitting down with Comey. You know, I love when he goes to New York City. He's sitting down with Comey. He says, hey, look, what do you know about that thing? Comey says, what thing? You know, that thing upstate, with Michael Flynn, that Mikey. He didn't even call him Michael. What do you know about that thing with Mikey, right? What do you know about that thing? What thing, Mr. President? I'm sorry. I am so educated. I have so many law degrees. I am so. And you're just a billionaire from Manhattan, right off the streets. I've never been on a construction site. Okay, let's get back to that thing. You know that thing with Mikey? The damn Russians and, telephone calls. And, then Pence comes in and he lied to him. And what the hell, I had to let him go because he lied to Pence. You understand, don't you? So what are we going to do about that thing? Mikey's a nice guy. Why do we have to do anything? He's a nice guy. He's a good earner, right? Remember, at one time, Mikey was a good earner. Holy smokes. They have gone nuts. I'm going to tell you who does not care about the damn grandfather clock in the Oval Office. As I got up to leave, I walked through the door next to the grandfather clock. Really? There are actually fake news people this morning trying to define and understand exactly where that grandfather clock fit in. Oh. Okay, Washington Post. I want to play this little clip. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay. Now, wait, before you put that post up, you get it ready over there. Before you put that video up, I'll make two comments. We are going to talk, let's say around 8:30. We'll go at 8:30 so you can call your friends and say, I'm going to give you a brief description at 8:30 on the break-in, unlawful entry, and vandalism at the Gilmer County High School by 4 former students. One graduated in 2016, 3 of them graduated in 2017, but they are former students now and all over 18 years old. Thousands of dollars worth of damage. We're going to do that. We're going to do part 1. I'm going to set it up because we're going to tell you everything we're going to do on this story. That's at 8:30. Another question I have we'll go right after that. Oh no, this is a second time where I can say I'm right. Hell, it's a twofer. It's a twofer. One more, and it's a real trifecta. Okay, listen, one more time. You remember, because some of you may not, because at that time I had a little smaller audience. There was like 4 of you. Anyhow, I'm going to bring it back up, and I'm going to get it together. But do you remember the property assessment, your property assessment story I did over a year ago? about the state of Georgia, Department of Revenue, and property assessment. I did the whole story. Whole story. I'm going to start that. Yeah, we're going to talk property assessment / Department of Revenue, state of Georgia / your property tax. Because some of you are not happy. You got the envelope in the mail, right? Number 3, I might as well go for the trifecta by 8:06. You remember, I told you during the election, all right, that no matter what the media said, here's where it's very important to listen. I tell you, no matter what the media said during the election, it's the people when they reach in the mailbox and pull that letter out that go to vote that say, wow, look at what's happened to my insurance premiums. Look at what's happened to my deductible. Look at this letter that says my insurance carrier or the carrier in the exchange is leaving the state. Look what happened. That's from the mailbox. Those are the voters. Those are the voters. I call them mailbox voters. They're busy. Life is busy. It's not until they reach in and they actually get the bill. Here's the other thing. I have told you over and over about property tax appraisals. Now you're reaching in the mailbox and you're getting your new appraisal and people are going through the roof. We'll talk about that. Okay, Washington Post. We're going to make a little example here this morning. We're talking about all of the impeachable offenses, or that's what everybody else is talking about. So let's play this little Washington Post clip from yesterday or day before yesterday, okay? Let's go with that, and we'll be right back. Turn it up so I can hear it.
James Comey testified to Congress that the FBI was investigating possible coordination between the Russians and members of the Trump campaign. When Trump heard that testimony, he was, according to officials, quite upset. And he reached out in the following days to 2 intelligence chiefs. One of them was Mike Rogers, who's the director of the National Security Agency, and the other was Coates, who's the director of national intelligence. And he asked them if they could publicly dispute this notion that there was any collusion between the Russians and Trump's campaign. Both Coates and Rogers turned the president's request down because they viewed it as inappropriate. Not only in their mind was there an ongoing FBI investigation, but the intelligence agencies pride themselves on not being, at the beck and call, if you will, of political leaders and the president. I think everyone is watching very closely to see how Trump basically handled this investigation. I think what we've learned since Comey was fired is that there were moments when the president appeared, in the views of some, to come pretty close to the line of obstruction. And now we've learned through our reporting that there were additional requests that the president was making, not to Comey, but to other members of the intelligence community, other senior members of that community. And one of the goals of doing so would be to undermine the FBI's investigation. This comes at a time when the Democrats on the Hill and some Republicans were calling for the creation of a special counsel that would take over this investigation. That was a position that was just agreed to. But at the time when Trump was meeting with Coates and with Rogers, he was trying to deflect that pressure and try to ease the calls for a more serious investigation.
It seems like it was just yesterday. Or it seems like it was just the day before yesterday. It seems so long ago. This is the Washington Post, such a credible news network, right? News organization. Trump reached out to 2 intelligence members of the... See, it didn't work with Comey. See, I really think Trump I want them to rewrite it because it's not exciting. Folks, I must let you know, I did watch The Godfather last weekend, so there's going to be some references. At least Comey's not waking up with a horse's head in his bed this morning. I'm sorry. Folks, I watched The Godfather this weekend, and it's coming right down here. Now Trump is a thug from New York. Bada bing, bada boom. Where's Tony Soprano when you need him? Did you watch all the Sopranos? I watched everyone. Where's Tony? So Trump had a sit down with Comey. What's the big deal? He called for a sit down. He said, hey, I need loyalty. That's what we do in New York. We need loyalty. I need loyalty. I need to know that you're going to be loyal to this country. I need to know you're going to be loyal and not share and leak things to the Washington Post. I need to know that you're going to be loyal and not tell the New York Times all this crap and unmask people. I need to know that you are not going to screw up like you did at the FISA court. Son of a gun, does anybody realize the FISA court and the bumbling idiots in the FBI and what they did? I need to know, Comey, if you're going to get your act together. That's what I need to know. Oh, okay, that being said, reached out to two in the intelligence, okay? They turned down his request, felt it was a conflict. He was walking very close to the line of obstruction. They're watching this very close. So who would that be? Okay, let's go with Dan Coates. Put Dan Coates' picture up. These are the two. Dan Coates. Okay. All right. This is from the questioning yesterday. This is Dan Coates. And this is from yesterday's questioning. All right. And Coates and Rogers. Now, Director of National Intelligence, he's the Director of National Intelligence, Dan Coates, okay? And NSA Director, Admiral Mike Rogers. Now, this Washington Post reporter, just day before yesterday, these are the people he's talking about. That Trump reached out to them. Trump tried to conflict and get them to go along with him. He tried to obstruct justice with them. Now, please, this is a warning. This is a warning of a bad word coming up, so you need to brace yourself. Now, put up Admiral Mike Rogers. This is. I think that's what I got it named. Let's go with his. It's NSA Director. NSA Director is how it starts. Admiral Mike Rogers. Okay. So NSA Director Admiral Mike Rogers. All right. Now, this one here. You probably can't see this close enough, but if you look at this picture, all right, maybe you can see it at home on your screen. This is Admiral Mike Rogers' look of, Senator, you're really starting to piss me off. I'm sorry I said that, but I'll tell you what. Now, Coates and Rogers refused to say if Trump asked them to sway Russian probe. The two intelligence chiefs say they never felt pressured, but dodged when they asked if Trump tried to get them to intervene. There's got to be a fine line there we can look into. There's got to be something there. Now, we do have the facts where Hillary Clinton used BleachBit, cleaned her server, deleted 30-some thousand emails, set up the server in a bathroom, in a lady's bathroom at an IHOP or a Denny's out west somewhere. I swear to God, we got all this proof. But we have Coates and Rogers refuse to say if Trump asked them to sway the probe. Two of the nation's top intelligence officials refused to say Wednesday whether President Trump asked them to intervene in or downplay FBI ongoing Russian investigation. Now, folks, this video I'm about to play, because 2 days ago, the Washington Post, CNN, everybody got this wrong. Now today they're recovering because they've read the full transcript of James Comey, and they say today that, all the impeachable offenses where Trump pressured Comey, this loyalty oath. Oh my God. So this video is Admiral Rogers. It's a testimony. I don't know how it lives. It's not the CNN videos. It's 3 minutes long.
Trump never pressured me.
Yeah, Trump never pressured me. It's 3 minutes long. I want you to stay with it because actually at the end of this video, at the end, there's 3 words or 4 words said at the end that are, to me, the most important part. So stay with this. This is worth the watch viewing of Admiral Rogers and Dan Coates. Play that video, turn it up.
In your experience, would it be in any way typical for a president to ask questions or bring up an ongoing FBI investigation, particularly if that investigation concerns associates and individuals that might be associated with the president's campaign or his activities?
So today I am not going to talk about theoreticals. I am not going to discuss the specifics of any interaction or conversations I may or may not. If I could finish, sir, please. That I may or may not have had with the President of the United States, but I will make the following comment. In the 3+ years that I have been the director of the National Security Agency, to the best of my recollection, I have never been directed to do anything I believe to be illegal, immoral, unethical, or inappropriate. And to the best of my recollection, during that same period of service, I do not recall ever feeling pressured to do so.
We now have press reports, and you can lay them to rest if they're not true. But we have press reports of not once, but twice, that the President of the United States asked you to either downplay the Russia investigation or to directly intervene with Director Comey. Can you set the record straight about what happened or didn't happen?
My time of service, which is in interacting with the President of the United States or anybody in his administration, I have never been pressured. I have never felt pressure to intervene or interfere in any way and shaping intelligence in a political way or in relationship to an ongoing investigation.
All I'd say, Director Coates, is there was a chance here to lay to rest some of these press reports. If the president is asking you to intervene or downplay, you may not have felt pressure, but if he is even asking, to me that is a very relevant piece of information. And again, at least in terms of the conversation with Admiral Rogers, I think we will get at least some, another individual's version, but at some point these facts have to come out. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Risch.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Senator Coates, excuse me, Director Coates, and Admiral Rogers for your testimony. And with all due respect to my colleague from Virginia, I think you have cleared up substantially your direct testimony that you have never been pressured by anyone, including the President of the United States, to do something illegal, immoral, or anything else. Thank you for that. Let's go back to Section 702, which is what this hearing was supposed to be all about.
Let's go back to Section 702. Let's see, where did you hear that? Just yesterday. Put up the FISA court there. Let's go. I have a picture that says FISA court. Let's go back to Section 702. That is what this hearing is all about. Folks, the FISA court, Section 702, that's what the hearing yesterday was all about. But the Super Bowl of narrators, I think I have a picture that says Super Bowl there. Let's go to MSNBC. Today on Capitol, no, not today on Capitol Hill. Let's go to MSNBC, or I think it says Super Bowl. What do I have? Do I have one that says Super Bowl pregame? I think I have Super Bowl pregame. Okay, there they are on MSNBC. They're doing the Super Bowl pregame today. James Comey is Super Bowl. James Comey set to testify this morning. Interesting. Okay, and what about the MSNBC today on Capitol Hill? Remember, this was yesterday. Today on Capitol Hill. Just want to run through a couple of these. Okay. That was yesterday morning on MSNBC. Today on Capitol Hill. Remember, this is the Super Bowl, man. This is pre-game stuff. Pre-game stuff. One more. Comey set to testify today. Comey set to testify today. There you go. James Comey set to testify this morning. Pre-game stuff. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Okay? Let's go with the one. I know this sounds out of sync, but just put this up for a second and then go back to this one. I want you to go to this one and then flip back. Trump, Rex Tillerson, State Department. Trump, Rex Tillerson, State Department. Okay? Put that one up. That's what it says. Rex Tillerson, State Department. Trump. That helped. That helped. That helped. I think what I'm going to do, I want you to keep that picture available because every once in a while I just want to remind myself that we've traded up. The whole Trump administration. What's wrong with that picture from time to time?
I don't know why you call her Rex Tillerson, because we all know she's...
It's the State Department. That's not Rex Tillerson, but it's the State Department. He's in charge, so it helps me remember. Okay, let's go back to Comey's going to testify today. All right, in that last video we watched, a couple brief notes, okay? They never felt pressured. We watched the Washington Post account this morning, right? They never felt pressured. Mark Warner, okay? The drama. He opened with his drama, okay? Press accounts. Now, folks, press accounts. And he says, but there's press accounts that twice in press accounts, you have the opportunity to set the record straight on these press accounts. Press? New York Times, Washington Post? Really? These are the press accounts? Now, remember, we didn't pull this video today, but do you remember Trey Gowdy, right? And James Comey, of all people that are going to testify today, Comey was sitting there. Trey Gowdy said, Mr. Director, you and I both know we can't take a newspaper article into court, right? We would get laughed out of court, right? You remember that whole thing with Gowdy and Comey over press accounts? Really? And I told you earlier, I put NSA Director Admiral Rogers back up. I'm sorry I said this. You watched the video, right? Okay? I'm pissed, all right? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. All right? In 3+ years, I have never been directed to do anything illegal, immoral, anything at all. I have never felt pressured. I have never, in 3 years, Dan Coates, I have never been pressured. Period. But no. 2 days ago, the Washington Post, they have sources. What are my two CNN? Are you still, what are the names of them so I could get, yeah. What's the names of those again? One is Don Lemon, and it's, we'll call him an African American. Don Lemon is there. You see that one? Not the white woman. I mean, my God, you got the white woman, you got the African American guy. You have 2 CNN videos.
Oh, videos.
Oh.
I thought you were asking for a picture.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
We were both looking for a picture.
I'm really sorry. I owe you an apology. Okay, that ship has sailed. Now let's get to the... All right, the apology's over. Get to the damn video.
Wait, he wants to know which ones he has. He has one called Trump Comey told me I'm not under investigation.
The African American. That's the only way I know how to put it. Yeah, put that one up. Let's play that one. Yeah. Press accounts.
He is expected to say. Let's discuss now. CNN political commentator Anna Navarro is here. CNN contributor Jason Kander and Scott Jennings, a former special assistant to President George W. Bush. Good evening to all of you. So glad to have you on. So keep up, everyone. A lot to talk about. Anna, sources are telling CNN that Comey is expected to say President Trump misinterpreted his conversations with him. What's your reaction to that?
Man, I want these sources to stop telling me anything, okay? I want spoiler alerts on all of these sources saying things. Looking forward to this testimony, Dawn. I haven't looked forward to anything this much since the episode of Dallas of Who Shot JR. So let the excitement build up. Let us hear what the man is going to say. Don't start ruining it for us. Look, I think there's so many questions that are going to be asked and that need to be answered. And I suspect this is not going to be the end of it. What we learned today about Dan Coates, who's going to testify tomorrow in front of Congress, tells you that the warm-up act is going to be pretty good in itself. This is a telenovela that keeps going and going and going. I kind of feel like I've got to, like we all have to start keeping a diary, crazy crap that happened today. Because I already forgot the crazy crap that happened last week.
Yeah, you're right. I was going to say something else, but I'll just move on. So, Scott, we're told that James Comey is going to dispute President Trump's blanket claim that he was told he was not under investigation multiple times. Here's what the president said to NBC. This last month.
We had a very nice dinner, and at that time he told me, you are not under investigation, which I knew anyway. So he said it once at dinner, and then he said it twice during phone calls.
Did you call him?
In one case I called him, in one case he called me.
And did you ask, am I under investigation?
You need a website. Why not do it yourself?
Yeah, what it did is they found a commercial. They found a commercial. All right. I'm gonna go with that. We agreed during the video we're gonna do crazy crap that happened today. Let's do a graphic on that. Let's get a graph. I like that. She said crazy crap that happened today. Comey is going to dispute. He's absolutely going to dispute any acknowledgement that he told Trump he was not under investigation. That's what their sources said in some of the crazy crap that they were reporting. Yes, he was going to dispute it. Let's put up, I don't want to go to commercial yet. Let's put up the statement. I think I wrote it's called Comey's statement. This one statement, James Comey statement, one-on-one. James Comey statement, one-on-one. Okay. I have not seen, okay. You remember when the OJ trial used to go to break? Okay. And they used to get all the legal, that's what started Greta Van Susteren. If you do not know how Greta Van Susteren started as a legal consultant for, I think, CNN back then, and every time they went to break on the OJ trial and the jury went out, they had the panel. I have not seen, forget Watergate, I have not seen this many legal experts called in since the OJ trial to figure out if Donald did it, Donald did it, Donald did it. I swear to God. I mean, they had DNA evidence on OJ. You know? And the only reason his butt's sitting in jail now is because, he roughed somebody up in a Vegas hotel or something. I don't remember, right? DA evidence. Okay? Even Al Gore said this past weekend OJ did it. All right? It's like Al Gore said, this is like for the Paris Climate Accord, this is like OJ saying he was out looking for the real killer. So I wish Comey would go out and look for the real. All right, so Comey says, this is the statement. This is from the transcript. The FBI leadership team agreed with me. He went right back and told the leadership team. The FBI leadership team agreed with me that it was important not to infect the investigative team with the president's request, which we did not intend to abide. We also concluded that, okay, given that it was a one-on-one conversation, there was nothing available to corroborate my account. Damn. But that loyalty oath, we got him on that. He said Michael Flynn, hey, he's a good guy. Could you see your way to stop that? But there's nothing available to corroborate my account. That's the bottom line. Nothing available to corroborate my account. Period. And he's going to say that today, right? Now, remember, 2 weeks ago or whatever, after Comey is filed, acting director, I forget his name, acting director goes up on the Hill, and he's asked if Comey went in. Remember the source that said Comey just went into the DOJ, and when Donald Trump found out that Comey wanted more money to put towards the investigation on the budget, that's when he got fired. And the acting FBI director said, I don't think that happened. Now, the acting FBI director, I forget his name, but keep this in mind. The acting FBI director is in the we, because he's the assistant. So the FBI leadership team agreed, that is now the acting FBI director, he's in there, right? Remember I told you that day that this guy had to know, which we did not attend. We also concluded that. You got all these damn Harvard law professors sitting around a table, half of them got bow ties on, and they're all trying to figure out what the loyalty oath means. And they pass up the damn word we, meaning Comey went back and said we, the FBI leadership team, we agreed. We also concluded that. So we're sitting around a damn table, and there's a bunch of us, and we say, you know what, James? It sounds like a good story. I believe you. I've known you for years, but it was one-on-one. What the hell can we ever do with it? That is what we mean. So we also concluded that, given that it was a one-on-one conversation, there was nothing available to corroborate my account. We need to go to commercial, and I'll be right back.
Spider-Man isn't the only hero in town. Look, there's Pizza Man with Cheesy Bites Pizza.
Thanks.
And it's 28 poppable, cheese-filled bites baked into the crust. Spider-Man has Spidey sense. Pizza Man has Cheesy Bites Pizza. He climbs walls. He climbs stairs. Spider-Man has superhuman strength. Pizza Man has, yup, that super cheesy, crowd-pleasing Cheesy Bites Pizza. No one out-pizzas the Hut. See Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters July 7th.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
So what is Comey doing? So when, oh, I'm back. I'm back. Who's back? That's me. FYNTV.com, FetcherNews.com. You can always get in touch with me. Hey, I want to tell you, I appreciate the text messages. I did not get a chance to finish up. I don't know your name. It's just a phone number here, but you sent me a text about the, John Ossoff, Karen Handel debate, and I answered you, and we went back and forth a little bit. I didn't get a chance to answer your last text, but I appreciate you sending me the message. I can show you right here. You can, the 706-889-9700, you can text me day or night. You can call this number. Send me an email, chief@fetchernews.com, or follow us on Twitter. The last text you sent, what did you think about the question Handel asked about his residency? I found it amusing when I saw the true rage in his eyes. That's the text you sent me. If you're out there, I'm sorry I did not respond to that. And also you sent it at 5 a.m. this morning, knowing I'm up. Yes, I seen the true rage in his eyes, John Ossoff, to answer that. And I love the question, John, who will you be voting for in this election due to the fact you don't live here? Okay, back to Comey. Remember the tweets. 3 times. Now, if you're out there and you want to hear the Gilmer School story and you want to hear the tax appraiser, you got to hang on. We're going to finish this one here. This is too big. And also, FYNTV.com. Do not leave this. When I'm gone today, we're going to be going to commercial, and you can stay right on this show. It's supposed to be 10 o'clock. We're looking for it now to make sure I'm hearing it. 10 o'clock this morning, Comey's testimony starts. James Comey. We're going to play it here on FYNTV, so you do not have to leave, okay? So we got to finish this story. We are going to do the Gilmer High School vandalism and an unlawful entry. Dun, dun, dun. Sam, the acting FBI director, Andrew McAbee, right? So Andrew McAbee is there in the we, okay? That's who's there. Andrew McAbee's in the we, okay? I immediately prepared an unclassified memo of the conversation about Flynn and discussed the matter with FBI senior leadership. The we, okay? That's our word of the day, we. The FBI leadership, which had Andrew McAbee in that leadership, because at that time, he is the vice FBI director, assistant to the top. Leadership, that should be him. He comes to Capitol Hill. He's not aware of Comey going over and trying to shake down the DOJ for some more money to investigate Trump. So, I got a couple pictures we're going to go to here, John. At 5 o'clock yesterday, at 6 o'clock, all right, Fox, no intel pressure. Our good friend at Fox, Brett Baer, came on at 6 o'clock with breaking news. No intel pressure. That's what was found out yesterday. Intel chiefs, no pressure from President Trump. Okay? Let's go to Fox. Trump did not ask Comey to end Russian investigation. That's what it's named. Trump did not, starts with Fox, Trump did not ask Comey to end, okay? No request to drop Russia probe. Comey's testimony today. Former FBI director, Trump didn't ask to drop Russia probe. Huh. Daggone. Where are... Okay. Fox, Trump not a target. Pull up Fox, Trump not a target. Trump not a target of investigations. Not a target. Let's play a little bit of that second CNN video. Just a little bit of the second CNN video, and we'll wrap this up. Here's another one from CNN. You know, a press release. They could clear up. I mean, Admiral Rogers had a chance to clear up a couple press accounts. Oh, my God. Oh. We are laughing around here. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. Pull it up.
And, you know, the President of the United States is where the President is saying, listen, Comey told me 3 different occasions I was not under investigation. There are questions over the veracity, A, of those statements, and B, the legality. So on the veracity note, you know, as he shouldn't be discussing an open investigation, is that BS?
Brooke, I have to start with just a reaction to Sarah Huckabee Sanders at the White House podium today, because
Sure.
the account she gave is false and contradictory. We have to say that in those very clear terms. That's not an opinion. Let's just remember what is on the record.
Sam, will you do this? Write this down. Just veracity. I will probably be using that on several occasions. There's never a day goes... Veracity. There's several days that go by that I learn a new word. I feel like, hell, there's days I feel like this is Sesame Street, okay? I mean, really, on Sesame Street, I learn new words every day. So the veracity, the legality, and this is BS. The only thing I understood out of the statement was BS. 3 times. Holy mackerel. 3 times. This is BS. This is a serious news source. So they say. Is there any veracity, legality, or is this a bunch of BS? I can't make this up. I get to do this. And one of these days somebody will pay me for it. They're sure as hell not paying me now. But right now, one of these days, I get to do this? Really? I get to come in here and highlight the piece of crap. Wait a minute. Crazy crap that happened today. We're able to use it that quickly. BS. I'm sorry, folks. I know sometimes I get out there, but when I hear these people that are actually getting paid, that actually have a diploma on a wall somewhere that says that they're bright enough to walk down the aisle, change their tassel over, get some kind of degree, and get a job at CNN, and then tell me veracity, legality, and BS. Guess what was true in that letter, folks? Guess what was true? Now, just a plain dumb guy like myself was able to discern. That's a pretty good word right there. I was able to discern, okay, that at all times, if you're watching this show, I said it every day, I'm not one of the legal scholars. I do have a bow tie. I'm going to bring that out tomorrow. But I was able to discern and tell you on a daily basis, right? Comey is a one-on-one. What's he going to say? It's a one-on-one, right? That's number one. Number two, I always came to you and said, okay, it's a one-on-one. It's Trump's word against Comey's, right? Comey comes out. If he actually felt an obstruction, he would have said in the we. I went back and we, the leadership team, okay? We were trying to sort out, did I just hear somebody pressure me? Did I just actually hear obstruction of justice? Or should I just let this go because there's nothing really happened? It's my word against his. I don't like the tone. I'm not. Comey is New Yorker. Don't get wrong. He was, I'm pretty sure, if I'm right, you can look this up later, but I'm pretty sure if I'm right, test me on this. Go for it. That Comey worked for Rudy Giuliani. Okay? See if I'm not right, that James Comey was an assistant prosecutor for the city of New York when Rudy Giuliani was district attorney, not district, the attorney or whatever, district in New York that he worked for. Just check me out on that. Okay, second, but the we, okay, so there's no obstruction, all right? Trump's right about that. It's one-on-one, and Trump's letter said 3 times, I thank you for telling me on 3 different occasions that I personally am not under investigation. Is it BS? Well, let me tell you something. On a daily basis, okay, Broadway Joe, Joe Scarborough, Muskrat Love. We got Muskrat Love. Let's go ahead and throw it up there. Okay, you got Muskrat Minka and Muskrat Joe there they are. That's Muskrat Love, okay. That's Joe Scarborough and Minka Brzezinski. Her dad just died. It's a sad thing. Minka Brzezinski and I tried to be nice about it. And Joe Scarborough, Muskrat Love, they've announced that they are engaged and so on and so forth. So they are now teamed up in the dismantle. They are working together. They have admitted that they are truly working together to try to bring Donald Trump down on a daily basis. They say nice little stupid stuff, okay? He said today that the Comey's written statement sounded like a prosecutor's opening argument to a jury, okay? It was New York City talk, all right? So, you can leave that up there. Now, in the text, the president then excused him. This is 50 Shades of D.C., right? What did I do wrong? 50 Shades of D.C. The scum off the top of the swamp. That's my book. Write that down, the title. The scum off the top of the swamp. 50 Shades of D.C. Listen to how it sounds. The president then excused himself, saying he wanted to speak with me. When the door by the grandfather clock closed and we were alone. That's the text. I'm like, holy smokes. All right? Really? Woo! The president then made a long series of comments about the problem with leaks of classified information, a concern I shared and still share. What the hell? Maybe the president was asking for loyalty to keep the FBI and all of those fancy legal guys, the wees, from telling the damn New York Times, Washington Post, and everything else. Maybe that's what he was asking. Maybe he said, hey, you know what? I am tired of the leaks of classified information, a concern I shared and still share. After I had spoken for a few minutes about the leaks, Priebus leaned in through the door by the grandfather clock. Oh, damn, there's that grandfather clock. Let me tell you something. There's a clue in that grandfather clock. Okay, something about that damn grandfather clock, because it's in the statement 4 times. Maybe that's where, wait for it, maybe that's where the recording device is. Huh. Remember Trump saying, I sure hope Comey was not being recorded, or I sure hope there's no recordings? Remember that? I sure hope there were no recordings. Remember? I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Damn, this show's so much fun. Just saying. Really? Remember that? The grandfather clock. You know, the only thing missing out of here is it saying it was 12 and I couldn't hear the president because it was dinging 12 times. If it would just ding. Holy smokes. I swear to God, you can't make this stuff up. It's got to be BS. It's crap of the day. The president then made a long series of comments about the problem with leaks of classified information. Now, the media, why do I call them that? Can we please? I want a whole team. I want you to assemble a team today and create a new word for them. Oh, that was easy. We're done with that. The MSM, as they're known, the enemy of the state, they're the enemy of the state. They are talking about this loyalty oath. They will not read the sentence concerning the leaks. They will not talk about the FISA court. They will not talk about 702. They will not talk about Obama's misuse of violating your Fourth Amendment in the Constitution of the United States. They won't do it. What did somebody say to me one day? I did not say crap. So, Sam, stop looking at me. The lady on CNN said crap of the day, okay? But one day I was telling somebody something. They said, you know, I just don't like when somebody's trying to serve me crap on a cracker. So that's right, Sam. You've heard that, and you know you have. Yeah, see, she won't fess up. She over there like, you ain't getting me to say that. Okay. All right. Let's move right along. Okay. So, folks, I'm gonna get away from this for now. For now, I'm gonna get away from it. There was not anybody to corroborate. And the Democrats want you, they're doing impressions. Impressions, yes, they're giving, it gives the impression Trump wanted to. See, they want to get in the way of any news or any media talking about Trump in Ohio. They want to get away from anybody talking about House poised to vote to dismantle Dodd-Frank. You know, something always says that I should always say dismantle the alleged rapist Dodd, Chris Dodd, and Frank. Or how would this read? House poised to vote to dismantle alleged rapist who attacked a waitress with the late Senator Ted Kennedy and the first openly gay representative of the United States whose boyfriend was running a whorehouse, but are gays whores? I don't know. A whorehouse, a prostitute ring out of his apartment, Barney Frank. Is that how I should introduce them? I don't know. I'll think about it during the break. Sorry if you're offended. That's just the way it is around here. Anything goes. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to commercial.